Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Focus on Africa. Now, double 800-meter Olympic champion Caster Semenya has won a partial victory today at the European Court of Human Rights in her long legal battle over athletic sex eligibility rules. Well, the court ruled that the South African athlete had some of her rights to a fair hearing violated at Switzerland's Supreme Court, where she had appealed against a ruling by the Court of Arbitration for Sport regarding some of the World Athletics regulations. However, the court failed to pronounce itself on the question of Semenya's being discriminated against in Swiss courts. Semenya's case could now go back to the Swiss Federal Court in Lausanne. Semenya was born with differences of sexual development and has been unable to compete in the 800 meters since World Athletics brought in rules in 2019 restricting testosterone levels for certain track events. Well, I spoke to BBC reporter Pumza Figlani, who's been following Semenya's story over the years. This is what she told me.
It doesn't mean that she can compete again, but what it does do is that it puts more pressure on sports bodies to be more circumspect when they're setting regulations and to have at the heart of those regulations making sure that they don't violate human rights. Now, this is something that Caster Semenya herself has said she sees as a win, because the case for her was not about returning to the track, but was more about making sure that her dignity is respected, that her rights are protected, but also the rights of other athletes who have the same condition that she has. And she has consistently said over the years that she's being unfairly discriminated against over a condition she's got no control over. She was born with this condition. She has been described as intersex, and that means she's got higher testosterone levels than other women. But she's said, apart from that, she's done nothing wrong, and she feels like for years she's been punished for the way that, quote, God had created her.
This has been going on for a long time now. I think it's since 2009 when she was first asked to undergo sex testing. How has this legal tussle, on-track tussle, affected her career? What's she been up to, even as she's had to navigate the courts in all this?
It's been very interesting watching Caster over the years. I remember when she had that first win way back when she came out as a teenager who came back home in South Africa and was celebrated for winning a gold medal at the Olympics, and how quickly that joy was stripped from her. She has been media shy for years, only rarely communicating with the media. But I remember a time when I went to go visit the village where she was from in Polokwane, and her community was just stunned. They couldn't make sense of what was happening. At the time, they were saying they feel that she's being discriminated against. The sex tests that she'd been subjected to were the first they'd ever heard of such a thing. Even the word intersex they'd never heard of. Caster herself didn't know she had this condition until she was subjected to those tests. So a lot of people over the years have said this is a young woman who had been robbed of a chance to enjoy her victory and enjoy a thriving international career.